Welcome into the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest, sponsored by Stearns Bank. I'm Blythe Whealy, your red carpet host here at the Marcus West End Theater. I'm lucky and honored to be alongside the producer here of our film, She Runs the World. This is Lisa Binns. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. We're thrilled to be here.
And Lisa, can you help for our audience that doesn't know about your film quite yet? Can you give us a little synopsis?
Sure, of course. So She Runs the World is about Allison Felix, the most decorated track and field athlete in Olympic history. And it's about her, when she becomes pregnant, she has a life-threatening pregnancy that sort of catapults her into a role of a activist, because of the situation she was in. There were no maternal protections for female athletes, female-sponsored athletes, and so her story. It's a story about how she risked it all to speak up and create change. It's about gender equity. It's about maternal mortality, and how Black women are dying at a rate 3 to 4 times higher than white women in this country due to complications from birth. So it's a really incredible story of her journey, sort of becoming an activist, by virtue of what happened to her.
And of course, with documentary, it's always interesting to also know how yourself as a producer, how did this story come to you? How did you get connected with it?
Sure. So actually it was the directors, Perry Peltz and Matthew O'Neill, met Allison and her brother Wes at an event where they spoke about Allison's story, and they were just riveted. First they were like, why have we never heard her story before, right? And they were like, this is a story that the world should know about. And so, that's essentially, they, spoke with Allison and Wes about how incredible their story was and how important it was to be told. And here we are. Yeah.
And what are you hoping that audience take from this film? An incredible story that you mentioned, and of course, there's a lot of things that can be taken from it. But what do you hope people are taking from it?
I hope people take from it that to be courageous, to speak up when, even if it's frightening, that speaking up when something is wrong is the right thing to do. Also, I hope that they see that there's something that can be done about the maternal mortality rate, death rate in this country, and that they take action by supporting some of the organizations. Like if they go to the SheRunsTheWorldFilm.com, you can see the many worthwhile organizations nationwide that are doing the hard work, and support them. Yeah.
And was there anything while you were on set talking with Allison Felix that really stands out to you from this project?
I mean, I remember the first time she saw the film, she said, "I feel seen." And that is the highest compliment you could pay to, I think, a filmmaker, that we saw her story, we, amplified it, and, we hope that it makes a difference, in the long run. I hope, you don't often get to make an impact, and you don't often get to say, go here and do this. And so, it's amazing that is what people can do. They can actually support organizations that are trying to make changes.
Yeah, and I also saw that Allison Felix, of course, has her own shoes, and that's another probably way that people can be looking to support her and this film, just continue to make that momentum.
That's right. Her shoe company is called Saysh, Saysh, and it is for women by women. They have I shouldn't sound like I'm selling her shoe, but
well, I want some, so please sell them to me.
But they have an incredible maternity or a policy of when women get pregnant, their feet expand, and they have a policy where you can return the shoes at any point and they will replace them for you. So, and in the film we also talk about one of the surprising things is women's shoes weren't, sneakers specifically were made from men's lasts which so they would just shrink down and not use actual women's feet. So that's something that obviously Sage does. So yeah, use women's feet as the model for the shoe.
Well, I'm glad I asked you that since I'm in a need for a new pair of running shoes.
Okay.
But if any of you are too, make sure you're checking that out. But Lisa Binns, in your film, she runs the world. Thank you so much for bringing it here to the Twin Cities Film Fest.
Thank you guys for having us. We're thrilled.
Yeah. And on behalf of Lisa, I'm Blythe Whealy saying so long till our next red carpet interview here on the Stearns Bank red carpet.